when we were traveling in Gujarat and we were asking people who you voted for, oftentimes, Pradeep, you would recall that when voters said they voted for the Congress, they actually said, देना तो आपको चाहते थे, लेकिन यहाँ पे उनका उम्मीदवार नहीं था, इसलिए हमने कांग्रेस को दिया. देना तो इसको था. That means potentially, if AAP works hard in Gujarat over 5 years, the Congress could shrink better, even more, and 2027 would be AAP versus BJP?
Yes, of course, yes. I fully agree, because in any state for that matter, let's take example of Gujarat, 182 seats. For any new entrant to find first the credible 182 MLA candidates is a job. To cadre is very important, because you have a brand equity. There has to be outlets to convert that brand equity into the real vote, which is the cadre, who actually bring voters to the polling booth and make sure they vote in their favor. So any new party, which is the case in Aam Aadmi Party, whether it's Delhi or Punjab, or this time even, I would say 20% is too good a number for them to start with.
So let's go across the table and sort this out. Kaun banega challenger? I want your quick views on this.
I just want to add to that on how the Aam Aadmi Party is creating a cadre in the state of Gujarat.
So how have
they given tickets, Rajdeep? Okay, this time around, if there are MLAs, they have gone ahead in each party, which is the BJP and the Congress, they have identified a parshad. They have identified a sitting corporator and said, ticket tumhara hai. So he comes with his own cadre base and his own vote base. So this is how they are trying to build that network in Gujarat.
Can I tell you a story? Interesting. How did Amit Shah and Narendra Modi build the BJP in Gujarat? Yes. In late 1980s, early 90s, there was a panchayat election. They went and met those who came second.
Exactly.
And told them, because the BJP didn't have the numbers. Please understand, in the 80s, the Jansangh was not some dominant force. In fact, the Janata Party, which was not necessarily, Babubhai Patel and others in the 70s, was a bigger party than the BJP was. They went and met the number 2 guys across Gujarat and got them.
17 tickets by the Aam Aadmi Party has been given to parshads and corporators.
So why is it today that even today the BJP needs 17 people to come from the Congress to cross over? Because the BJP is not necessarily strong in every part of Gujarat, especially North Gujarat, where the Congress, I still think, may do reasonably well. But Sheela, you agree with that? No. That you think AAP will be the challenger in the future in Gujarat or the Congress?
No, I see this way, that AAP in a short term is fighting, focusing on Congress and hitting them hard in a ground strategy. That wherever they are finding weaknesses of Congress very seriously.
So you think they will first target the Congress and then go to the BJP?
So they have I think in a 10 years time you will see a new politics in India, and this result of Pradeep Gupta is very exciting, because it is showing a sprouting of a national trend in Gujarat.
Rahul, you want to get into that? Is the AAP first looking at the Congress, targeting a weakening Congress, and then 5-10 years down the line going for the BJP?
This is what I've been saying for 1 year now, that the AAP changed tack. It was initially attacking Modi. Then you saw there was a period of silence, and then Aam Aadmi Party changed strategy. It went after the Congress. It realized that eating into the Congress should be the first priority. You create ground and then you take on a Narendra Modi. The big gainer will definitely be AAP if it does.
But can it do the same, if I may, in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan also?
Slowly, Festina
they will
make
pick
it
and
slowly.
choose their battles.
Rajdeep, it is not going to be happening overnight, but
you're looking at a 10-year horizon.
If it wins MCD, makes a good beginning in Gujarat, see what is going to happen. The narrative is going to be in Modi's Gujarat, AAP has done well, eaten into Congress vote. In Delhi, the Congress is decimated. AAP, under Modi's watch, has won. It becomes a summit battle between Arvind Kejriwal and Narendra Modi. And that story is going to get replicated. This is what Aam Aadmi Party will take it to every state.
See, Pradeep Gupta, I just wanted to ask
Rajat, yes.
See, I have a different take. Aam Aadmi Party, you look at, they were looking to perform well in Uttarakhand. You know, these are the grounds where they worked hard and developed a leadership. But what happens to that leadership? Lock, stock and barrel, they all move into the BJP. So what the grassroots leaders are identifying is, if they're not getting tickets in the mainstream party, they are seeing Aam Aadmi Party as a launch pad. The moment they get a launch pad, they all move And Aam Aadmi Party will find it increasingly hard to, hold on to these vote shares in increasingly future elections.
I agree with Rajat in a way. Rahul, the difference between the BJP and AAP, and we get the example of how Amit Shah and Modi went and targeted those who came number 2 in Panchayats. The BJP has a cadre. They have the RSS. They have the VHP. They have a system. The AAP's problem is what you're relying on Mr. Kejriwal as the face of every, much like Mr. Modi. But Mr. Modi has a backup team, an entire team, ministers,
angst without baggage is what the Aam Aadmi Party...
The strength of the AAP in Gujarat, for example, was what? You don't have to answer for when Mr. Modi says कि कांग्रेस के जमाने में कर्फ्यू होते थे,
exactly, no baggage.
तुम्हारे लोग corrupt थे, ये सब. AAP doesn't have the baggage, but AAP, as Rajat rightly says, has to recognize if you are in the long term, you need to build an organizational cadre state after state. You can't withdraw from a state if your numbers don't add up. That is the challenge. It's not.
You have to stand for something.
And you have to stand. Absolutely right.
The Aam Aadmi Party demonstrates massive ideological flexibility.
No, Rahul. I personally feel, the biggest problem of why is it not able to hold on to leaders is ideological. They don't have an ideology. They have a very transactional relationship. You can't have loyal soldiers. No, 1 second.
Leaders.
They don't have loyal soldiers who are fighting for something which is larger than election.
It's completely contradictory.
That is why you don't have the glue to really hold on to your cadre base. What are they fighting for?
No,
Every 300
I'll tell you why.
That cannot be an emotive reason to hold the stock when even if you don't win a single seat.